What's up, everybody? How you doing? Bobby Simmons is in the building.
In the building.
Yeah. And as y'all will see, in the place to be, sitting directly next to me, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say to y'all, it's the one and only New Power Generation in the building. What up, fellas?
What's up, baby? How y'all doing? NPG for life.
Listen. This is a beautiful moment for me on this show here today because of the fact that, you know what, I'm going to talk to you in a few minutes too, Mr. Hayes. But first of all, everybody introduce yourself, starting from you.
Cool. Mr. Hayes, man, I'm a keyboard player.
All
right, you got your man here, Tony M. Vocals, guitar, raps, whatever you need.
Whatever you need.
There it is.
You need dancing, choreography. More like a two-step now, but you know, you still get it in.
Let me explain to them, Rick, real quick. Y'all see the face, y'all know, especially when y'all see Tony. When y'all sing Get Off, the line y'all always say is Tony's line.
Yeah.
It's his line.
23 positions in a one-night
There you
stand.
go. It's his line. That's who is up in the house right now. First of all, fellas, thank y'all so much because you guys are performing at Sony Hall and Paramount. Ridiculous. It took y'all a minute to get here, but we're glad that you guys are here. You know what? Me and Tony, because Mr. Hayes, he's a water guy.
I'm a little square. I got my little...
Here's water. But me and Tony,
we partaking.
we partaking in the drinks.
Right.
And I'm going to say cheers, my man. First of all, Happy New Year.
All right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
In the building.
Here we go.
And I tell you what we're going to do, Rick. What we're going to do, we're going to take a squab, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to talk New Power Generation talk. Can we do that?
Yes, sir.
Can do it.
In the building, the New Power Generation. Y'all don't disappear nowhere. Tag it! Welcome back, everybody, to the show. Mic check 1, 2. As I say to y'all, New Power Generation is in the building with me. Mr. Hayes and Tony M is in the building.
Yeah.
And first of all, let's just get to it, man. What took you guys so long to bring your funk to New York?
I know, man. It's crazy, man, because we've been spending a lot of time in Europe and everything, but we definitely wanted to make our connection with the U.S. fans, man. They've been, like, amazing to us, like, all over the years. And so, and New York was always one of Prince's favorite spots to come get down, man. And so it took a minute, but we're glad to be here finally, man. And these two theaters are really dope to play in. And so we glad to be bringing the funk back to New York, man. So,
Well,
you know
that we definitely happy about, man, because for those who never saw the New Power Generation show in the past, even when Prince was still alive, I just saw something recently, which I did in the future. It's the same. You know, I mean, minus that everybody, of course, everyone missed the legend himself, but it's like, but what's beautiful about it is that you guys, because you were, or you are still, that band that he was able to work and mold together with, it's like, it's kind of like almost he's not missing.
Yeah, it's funny, man, because that's the same a lot of people say, and Tony can elaborate on it, but our singer, man, just really, Mackenzie just really brings it, man. I mean, he's got an energy, but what's dope about him, he's got his own energy that he brings to it. Not trying to be Prince, because you can't be Prince.
Exactly.
Just the best thing to do on that is just let that space be that space. But you know what you can do is just bring your energy to the song, and what stands the test of time is Prince's great music, man. And that's what it's about for us. It's just making sure we keep that music alive, and the fans just love him. They love that music, and so we just want to be able to represent it the best way possible, you know.
Definitely, man. And I'd say, because I want to go to my man Tony real quick. First of all, man, I'm saying this proudly because me and Tony go back like Fruit Loop cereal.
Come on, man.
That's how far me and Tony go back.
That's right. Troop jackets.
Oh, man. Yo.
Come on, you know I'm going to do it.
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let's go back real quick before we come back forward.
All right.
Just for people to know too, because they're gonna be at Sony Hall performing live, and also at the Paramount. So please, everybody, if you missed them this round, then we're gonna have to set a petition to get them to come back again, because y'all need to see this show. But take me back, Tony, and then we'll come back to you too, Mr. Hayes. Of I know the story, but you gotta explain it to them, Tony, on how y'all actually met Prince. We talking about in the very early 80s.
Right, early 80s. Yeah,
because y'all in Purple Rain.
Yeah, Purple Rain. That was when we first started. I got to tell you, we were doing a dance contest on the First Avenue. And it was probably 83. about 83 or so, and then they started beginning to look for extras
Right.
for the movie Purple Rain, and me and the fellas, we were extras on the movie set, and we were in the bathroom during light changes and breaks. You know, it's a lot of downtime when you're filming movies, right?
Right.
So you're just sitting around waiting. And we were up in the bathroom, me and the fellas, Damon, Kurt, Pat, Scott. I mean, we were just all up there doing our thing. Just had a little boombox in there. We were just dancing. Prince walks in the bathroom, watches us for like maybe 15, 20 minutes, doesn't say a word. Just watches us. Smiles a little bit, maybe leaves. And at the end of the day, his manager at the time, Alan Leeds,
Right.
approaches Damon and says, "Hey, were you guys the ones dancing in the bathroom?" And right away, we thought we were in trouble because we thought we were making noise when we were trying to, And he handed us a cassette and said, "Hey, Prince would like for you guys to put together some dance routines for the concert scenes the very next day."
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we filmed Jungle Love, The Bird, Darling Nikki, Computer Blue. We did,
all of that.
we did all of them, man. And we came back. We went back to my mom's apartment in North Minneapolis. She let us move the furniture. It was about 11:30 at night, and we worked till like 4:35 in the morning because we had to be back on set by 5:36 a.m. And came back with 7 routines. And Prince will test you. And you can attest to that also.
Absolutely.
He'll throw it out there and let's see what you do with it. And we were blessed. We came with it, man. That was our first introduction. We the guys up there hitting that bird.
Yeah. And they get a shot of y'all too up in the balcony too when y'all do that scene too.
Oh, listen, we had 7 songs, so we were a little. Prince tried to warn us. He brought us out to the premiere in Hollywood, and we're like, oh man, we red carpet. There's Eddie Murphy. There's George Duke. I mean, we bugging out. We just from North Minneapolis. Here we are. We in Hollywood.
Right.
We're doing the premiere, Purple Rain. He said, I just want to let y'all know, we had to cut back on a little bit of the footage because we wasn't making no breakdancing movie, but y'all did some good work, and I was like, okay, I don't think we were prepared for that little blink of an eye.
Right.
But that was our introduction, man, and it was a blessing, man. But he kept us around.
Yeah, definitely, which is good, man.
Yes, sir.
And then also, okay, after coming out of that, obviously, if there was some kind of connection, y'all continue to keep with him.
Yeah.
And you find yourself a part of the movie Graffiti Bridge, which kind of started this whole new power generation movement.
Yes, absolutely.
Which I just have to say, I mean, we are friends, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I just have to say, the Graffiti Bridge soundtrack is the greatest soundtrack. I just
bomb,
wasn't a fan of the movie.
It's two of my favorite Prince songs on that record.
Yes.
Question to You.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And During Repetition is 2 of my favorite songs.
And I watch you when y'all play that live because it gives him his moment to play that on that solo.
Yes.
I mean, he murderized that, man.
Yes.
So that, and it's funny, man, because that's how I really got my start, man. I actually started working at Paisley.
Right.
As a production assistant. I had a walkie-talkie. I used to drive the van to pick up the talent.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
I got
true.
Mavis Staples and I got Tim Campbell, I got George Clinton, all of them in the van.
That's true.
They should do that on that Funk Stories, my
little
boy
animated,
animated joint. Because I'm driving the van, I got all these people in the van just rolling, Mavis Staples, and she's like, "Yeah, you're a bad Montana."
That's her word. Everybody's a Montana.
But it was cool. And then they were on set and they said we need a keyboard player for George Clinton for his band for the George Clinton Funkestra. So I got to be in the movie, like in with George Clinton. So it was bananas, man. And that was kind of that ease in situation.
Right.
That's how this kind of jumped off.
Now, and also too, let's speak about how even after that you actually became, as far as because it just came to me too on when I actually did speak to you, and I'm gonna blow your mind with it. I did talk to you no more than like maybe 30 seconds. It was at the Palladium here in New York City.
Oh, snap.
When y'all did the Palladium.
We did the Palladium
thanks
with
to my
Lenny.
man Tony Hookup. And I was talking with you and Nona Gay.
Oh, snap. That's right.
That was the night Vernon
son.
Reed was there.
Vernon was there that
Vernon
night.
was there that night too.
And Lenny.
And
right.
Lenny was there. Yeah. Well, I actually met Lenny through you. That was the first time at Radio City when he did
That's
If You Were Mine with y'all.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, but you also became Prince's go-to guy, keyboard guy. After that, what was? I mean, you give us because you became
The longest tenured band member that he had.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right. Such a great relationship with him musically.
Yeah.
What was it? What was the kind of person? Was he like the James Brown everybody's talking about?
Well, I mean, I've heard some James Brown stories, and James was pretty rough. Prince wasn't what I would put on the same tip as James.
Tales from the tour bus.
But I mean, he was a tough cookie, man. And the thing about Prince, man, is just like I had developed this thing that I thought. I said, man, it's got to be like 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And what I would do is just catch the personality. I just let him talk first, and then I know which one I was dealing with.
Soup de jour.
And it was just like, it was, once I figured that out, it was cool because he had a lot of different moods, man. Like some days, I call Prince number 3, the one that we could shoot basketball. We played at dozens about each other's mom.
Right.
Yeah, your mom was selling drums down at the Guitar Center, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, he'd just be fun, man, we kick it, but then sometimes he's that Purple Rain dude, you know, he's like that cat.
Right.
And you just had to read which day it was and what the situation was. But you know, once you figured that out, bro, it's just like at the end of the day, if you wanted to get along with Prince, all you had to do was execute your job. If you did your thing and you did it right, you're going to have a good day.
Exactly.
As simple as that.
Yeah. Right.
If you knew your material, if you came in and you were tight on it, you're going to have a good day.
Well, what was the... Because your memory has to be like a machine. Because I understand he would change the set every time. It's like you thinking you're doing the same show and it's not the same show.
That was the killer for me because I don't read music. So,
right.
So for me, you know, he told me, he said, Morris, you're gonna have to like whatever you have to do to keep up hieroglyphics, whatever. You gotta. He just said you gotta just like, cause he changed it. Cause once you lock in, but Michael Bland gave me the best advice when it came to that. He said, you know, well, whatever you do, if you learn arrangement, don't marry yourself to it because it's gonna change.
Yeah.
You know, and he was right. Like, you know, we'd have 3 different versions. Like any given song, you'd be like, well, okay, we're gonna play the 3rd version of this, and you have to do a 3rd version. Which one is it? Okay, yeah. You know, it was like crazy like that because he just had, because he would remember.
Right.
You know, that scene from Purple Rain is like, I got a million of them, and they all in here.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he remembers, man. So he gonna check to see if you do. You know what I'm saying? So it was a challenge, but I think that was the biggest thing that for me was just making sure that I just kept a fluid mind when it came to that because he changed the show. Every show was different.
Yeah.
Because he just said, I'm bored. And he said, if I'm bored, everybody else is too.
Right.
That's what his whole thought about doing anything repetitiously, man. He hated to do that.
Right.
That's why he didn't want to hook up the sequencers and other things like this. He just wanted to be free, man, so he could do what he felt like doing any given time.
Yeah.
Because what he does is he checks out the crowd. And if the crowd is, like, tough, then that's like, oh, it's on and cracking now. I'm gonna get you now. You know, so that was his thing, man. So, you know.
Yeah, because I remember watching Tony and them, y'all at Radio City Music Hall. He had this fun thing that he did where he really had this thing about lip syncing, and you hear Rosie's voice in the back, but Rosie not there.
Right.
And he goes, hey, you know, lip syncing up here. Right. And he was a comical dude too, Tony. I mean, you guys had such a great relationship with him. Because I seen it. Because actually, I got a squeal on myself. Which wasn't the first time I met Prince, because actually, truth be told, we met Prince. He actually came to one of our concerts. He came to see Public Enemy and Stetsasonic at the First Avenue Club in 1988. Okay. And the guy who ran the club told us he was coming, and we just thought he was bullshitting. Right. So whatever. What he's coming to see Public Enemy and Stetsasonic for? This was in December. I remember the show. It was in December. And he came through, and the big guy with the ponytail.
Oh, that'd be Gilbert.
Yeah, he was like he was really cool, and he because he liked Daddy Yo. He knew Daddy Yo. Everybody liked Daddy Yo back then, you know. But and we introduced him. But I noticed his humor when you introduced me to him again, Tony. Yeah. Right after y'all finished sound checking. Yeah. And I want to talk briefly about that. Because people just always thought he was like this real serious guy. But you told me there's plenty of times that he was very humorous, always playing pranks and stuff.
He was always a prankster, man. I'm telling you, you know, again, us all coming up in North Minneapolis, that was a unique part of our relationship. Right. Is that, you know, I grew up as a shorty coming up watching him and Andre and Sonny Thompson. Right. And, you know, all these cats coming up and playing, man. And, you know, you have this way of dealing with each other, you know, coming from Minneapolis. And again, there wasn't very many brothers in Minneapolis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Population was like this, wasn't it?
It's still like that. You know what I'm saying? But we tight like that, though.
Right.
So, you know, but always a prankster, man. I mean, there was one time we were, it's probably my first introduction where he found out that I could, you know, spit some lyrics. And he had, that was during Graffiti Bridge, and he had walked off, and he was actually doing some editing for Graffiti Bridge in Los Angeles. So he's flying back from the new tour back and forth. So this man was constantly working. So we were doing a sound check. And he must have came back in the building. We were just playing around. I was on guitar. He didn't know I played guitar.
Right, that's another thing too.
Or split there. Kirk was on drums, and we were doing Humpty Dance. You know, and all you heard was that voice. Yeah, that's kind of funky.
Yeah, right.
Can we do real sound check now?
Yeah.
Right. And he said, Tony, you might want to step away from the mic a little bit. And I'm like, what? As soon as you come back to start to talk crap to him, he just mute your mic because he in the house.
Right.
So my get around for him muting the mic on me was I would just walk up to his microphone. And his microphone hit me like right here. And I would just go, what? What? And he said, okay, very funny. Very funny. But yeah, man, he was a prankster, man. Again, loved to whoop you in some ping pong.
Some pool.
Some pool. Try to whoop you in some basketball.
Right.
But he couldn't.
Nah.
So
y'all was the one he couldn't reckon with when it came to basketball.
Gilbert, any of them. Gilbert, I'm talking about you too, bro. You and Hucky and all y'all. Game Boys put it on you.
Well, you know what's great though, man. Even hearing about that, of course, you'd be a fool to not even know. Of course, everyone know that since Prince passed on, everyone decided to put together their tribute bands and do tribute shows to Prince. I don't even want to ask y'all this question. I'm not even going to ask you it. It's not even a special thing for you guys. You guys are literally, and I'm going to say this. I don't know if you guys want to back it up. You don't have to. On my show, I speak the truth, what I know.
Yeah.
From what I understand and from what I know when I first, met Tony and the rest of the guys and the band members, that you guys are the first band members, minus Sheila E., that played on the Prince's recordings. Because prior to that, Prince pretty much played all the instruments.
Yeah, you came in and you learned he had the tracks done.
Right.
He had it pretty much done. I mean, but yeah.
But he actually had you. So what made him say, well, hey, Morris, you can do this. You can,
Well, he told me once, man. He said what he liked about changing bands, and he said it brings a different flavor to the situation. Like it changes the sound.
Right.
And Prince was always about, finding something fresh and something new and just kind of, keeping the blood flowing. He was like into that sort of thing. And so being able to have musicians that had that kind of vocabulary, he could just let them do their thing. It just morphed just like he did. It just like he just evolved over time.
Right.
And I think he just got to a place where he just like, I want to be able to try all kinds of things,
Right.
and not be limited to any one particular thing. And Prince had never been like a cat that you could put in a box. So I think he had to have a band that kind of could go along with what he could do. Just if he wanted to go and hit some crazy jazz stuff, then we could hit it.
Right.
If he wanted to do some funk, he could hit it. If he wanted to go do some rock and roll, we could hit it.
Right.
So it was just like he got a situation where he could just go where he felt like.
Right.
Opened him up big time, I think.
Yeah.
I just think that's great, man. And again, for those who don't know, New Power Generation, you guys played a very big part in help writing. With Tony, you co-wrote majority of some of the songs on the album. "Sexy Motherfucker," which is a crowd favorite.
Mother.
Yeah. And that's just a killer groove there. If that ain't a killer groove,
yeah.
Every now and again, man, it's like artists down through the years, like Graham, and I remember the Reddings had this one crazy song that like all the bass players had to learn. It's like Sexy MF got one of them drum beats that it's like 777. All the drummers
that hi-hat on
have to try that joker just to see if they can. But everybody don't get the feel.
Right.
It's just like a feel thing.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make that snare just sit back just a little bit. It just
Yep.
got a little hump to it, And so, but he knew how to take a groove and make it like, man, okay, all the drummers gonna try to do this lick, all of the guitar players gonna try to, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's just like that song is one of those songs. Yeah. It's so funky because it's minimalistic, really.
Right.
It's just the guitar just. Ding, ding, ding.
Yes. It's got space in it too, man.
Yeah.
It's like
Lots
space
of
in it.
space in it.
Yeah. For you to make room, and then Tony get up there and he do his thing. I remember when I first saw you. I have to say that when I first saw you live on the stage, and you did that, I don't know what was going on in your mind. And I know y'all did plenty of shows before you hit New York, but it's like when you got to New York, it's like you was ready to prove to everybody, here I come.
Oh, bro. You know, we had to, you know the thing about New York.
It
man,
was too.
You can't come to New York with the B or C game.
Right.
You know, they have seen it all.
Yeah.
They've done it all. So if you ain't bringing the top level, it's gonna be like, all
Yeah.
right.
It was funny too.
Sleepy time.
Because
you know?
Prince, he kind of warned me. He said, just, bring it down. Don't be so angry.
Right.
And I tried, but still that adrenaline gets going. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Again, we at Radio City, baby. It's NYC.
Yes.
And,
yes.
we
and
didn't come to
everybody
play.
and their mom was here, man. I mean, I remember seeing Eddie Murphy, Madonna.
Yes.
Madonna crossed through our prayer line.
Yeah.
She just broke it up, so it was bananas, man. It was Radio City was dope. And again, it's just one of those iconic gigs, man. I know myself. It's like that bar when you're trying to do a hustle, like you're trying to be in the rock and roll business. It's like certain plateaus you want to hit to know you made it.
Right.
And like when you do like Madison Square Garden, all of those places that are like legendary here.
The Apollo. I remember y'all played the Apollo. Y'all played the Apollo after you did Radio City. I think y'all did that on a Sunday.
We had Tip come up.
Yeah.
Tip came up.
Exactly.
So that kind of stuff, man. I mean, that's the stuff that legends made them, because it's just certain iconic places in New York that you want to be able to hit, man.
Right.
It's just
Right.
That's what made that so great, man. And we put a hurting on those places, man.
Well, I will say this now, as you guys are definitely putting a hurt on them now, because New Power Generation is back, the original members. Now, actually, you got Sonny. Sonny's playing
Sonny
with y'all.
T.
Who's all a part of that? Because I know y'all, there were some changes beside the singer.
Yep.
Yeah.
But give us the breakdown. Is it the original band?
So we got Damon and
Levi.
Levi.
Oh,
Caesar.
Levi, yes.
Levi Caesar's gonna be on guitar. Only, Tommy Barbarella had another engagement by the time this day popped up.
Right.
Yep.
So Barbarella won't be here this time, but we're gonna make sure we have him for the next time. But
Right.
Tommy plays with us as well.
Okay.
So we got Barbarella. So we have most of the cats that back from that situation. Kirk hit with us every now and then.
Right.
So it's really cool, man. We got most of the people that people would recognize from being from that band.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? And then Mackenzie, like I say, man, this dude is bringing the heat, man. This dude is not going to disappoint.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be on and cracking, man.
But you said it. You said you can't be Prince.
No.
And that's why he's here.
Right. Do your justice to the song your way.
Right.
And we'll let
Absolutely.
you know if it's too much or if it's,
Right.
a little less, which is
Yeah.
good.
It was so funny too, man, because I remember the first day he came into practice, and he's so humble. The cat is so humble, man, and I know he's nervous. I get it, right? He's walking in and he's gonna try to sing these songs, and he's standing in this spot, and he starts to sing some of the songs, and then right when he kicks off a few things that he was holding back, I just turned around and looked at Mo and went, yeah, it's over. It's a wrap. Because again, I see a lot of people saying, who's trying to be Prince? Again, he wouldn't be in this band if he was trying to be Prince.
Right. Right.
There's not another Prince.
Right.
There will never be another Prince. It's Mackenzie and with the NPG and we putting our spin on it. Again, as we got out, and I remember Mo giving me a call before the first tribute, and we didn't even know if he was gonna kick this thing off for the long run, but as we began to talk to fans and coming up from the celebrations, and they were just like, it was closure for a lot of people.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so as we began to take it out more, just the reaction that we got from people, some good, some bad, and we'll take the good with the bad.
Right.
But it helps us with closure also, and it gives us an opportunity to keep the legacy alive and keep the music alive.
Yes, that's what's important.
That's
the
what's important. That's
thing.
all it's about.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why a lot of people in New York City, even out of New York City, is going to be happy to see New Power Generation continue the legacy, because again, it is the original New Power Generation. And I'm going to stress this again. This is not, ladies and gentlemen, a tribute band. This is.
Oh, we are the NPG.
We are the NPG.
There it is. They said it themselves. See, I like to say that because, you got these promoters and
There's a
people
lot
who do
of
these
them.
kind of,
Yeah,
you
they
know what
don't
I'm saying?
know.
And you don't want
Yeah,
people to get it
absolutely.
wrong.
It's true.
This is not a tribute band.
not a
These
tribute
are
band.
the musicians. You know them by their name because he says your names on the records.
Yeah.
When you do the live shows, he makes sure everybody gets a place and a space in the show.
Absolutely.
So don't confuse it. You need to understand
Don't get it twisted, partner. We the NPG.
who these guys are. So I suggest everybody check them out. Before I let you guys go, because we definitely got to get out, but I also want to say to everybody, Y'all got new stuff y'all working on, yes?
Oh, yes. Come on now.
Yes, sir.
Come on. Yeah.
Got a little something that we call Functified.
All right.
Yeah,
We're gonna get functified. So we're gonna hit that for you. We're in the studio working on some stuff, and after we do a couple more of these dates, we're gonna go
Finish up.
queue up in Minneapolis and get the rest of this stuff knocked out, man. So we're gonna start like dropping a little stuff out here because I think really that's the next step for the NPG as a group.
Right.
It's what we do. We learned a lot from Prince, man. We learned a lot about production, a lot about some songwriting. We won't be him, but the thing is, I think what we learned, we can collectively put together and do something that we think is pretty cool. And I like what the direction is on some of the stuff we've been doing, man. Mackenzie's got a good pen.
Yeah.
And we got Levi, that boy's still hot with
Oh,
me.
yes. Yes.
And, I got a couple things in the can. Tone been working on stuff. So we're going to put it together, man, and make something cool. And I think that's what's going to really turn the corner for the NPG is like what we do from this point moving forward.
And don't forget that stat NPG. Y'all heard it here.
See, he done already said it.
Come
so
on now.
It's,
I don't play.
It's pen to paper already.
I don't play.
It's done. You know what I'm saying? But
Daddy-o, I hope you watching.
Oh, no. We're going to get him on the phone in a few minutes, too,
Okay,
as well.
okay.
Yeah, y'all heard
It's
it.
coming.
Y'all heard
Heard
it.
it.
We
I'm
ready to go
giving you
in,
my
partner.
solemn promise that that's going to happen. But now, real quick, because we're going to get out of here, but I'm going to ask you, Morris, because me and Tone are really good friends.
Yeah.
And I was just going to ask you, because Tone, can I tell us, Tone, just real briefly, real quick?
Yeah, man, come on.
I'm going to ask you about where was you when you heard that Prince passed? And I remember I called Tony. Because anytime somebody say something negative about Prince, what do I do, Tone?
Gives me a holler.
I call him. Because he'll tell me like, yo, I'm telling you, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So it was Bernadette Cooper
Oh, yeah, Bernadette, yeah.
who hit me up.
Wow.
And I'm like, what are you talking about?
That's so crazy, man.
And I called Tone,
At my job.
and he called me back.
I was in a meeting.
He said, I don't know what you're talking about, Pete. And he called me back no more than 60 seconds.
Yeah, I jumped out the meeting.
You know what I'm saying? And let me know. But what I want to ask you is, hearing that for you.
Yeah, it's crazy, man, because I had been a little concerned, I guess that Sunday beforehand, I heard about the flight and everything, that they had to land the flight. And so I called back to Minneapolis to check in and just see how everybody was, make sure everybody was cool.
Right.
I'd heard about it, and so I was a little concerned about it, and I also spoke to a young lady that I used to manage Prince for a long time that I ended up getting down there named Karen Sharma on that Monday. So, I expressed to her some concern. Like I said, man, I don't know. This is a lot of stuff that's going weird, man, and I don't feel good about, Prince right now. And I said, and she said, well, we got to do something. I said, well, I don't know what we can do. We're kind of out of the situation now. We're not in the inner circle. And so at that point, I just kind of said, I don't know I don't think there's much we can do because we're just not in the situation. But then that Thursday happened, man, and it was like a ton of bricks, man.
Yeah.
Because when you think that there's something you could have done and you didn't do it, and then that happens,
Eat at you.
it's
Right.
just like, oh,
Yeah.
man.
Right.
When I heard that, a guy named Greg Sane that called me, that I worked with for years with Carmen Electra Band and being in bands with, he had called me, said, man, have you watching the news? And I turned on CNN. And bro, it was just like somebody just took a dump truck with rocks and just dumped it on me, man. And I was like, wow. After all of that, you just felt like, man, I should have done something. I should have, it was crazy, but it was really a profound moment, man, where it was just like, just gut wrenching.
Right.
You know
well,
what I'm saying?
well, I do know that he's definitely proud about the way you guys are moving forward with this, without destroying the legacy.
Yeah.
Got to do that.
You're staying true to the art form and what he loved.
Right.
I just got one question for y'all, Tone, real quick before we get out of here. Y'all doing go? Woo! Talk to me.
You know what we do? That's our after show joint.
That's the after show joint. All right.
That's our after show joint because we did it in we were in the Netherlands.
Yeah,
At the Bird in the Netherlands, man. It was stanky, man. It was. Yeah, it had the sizzle from the chicken, the bacon sizzle on it.
Yeah.
You know about that gold digger, right?
Yeah, come on, man.
I know.
You know.
I
Come
know.
on now. I watched
know.
y'all do it in the show. Like, yo, when can we get that? And that actually came out, which was an NPG project, an NPG album.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of hits about our girl Maite, man. Maite came out and hit with us at First Avenue, man.
Right,
it
right,
was a
right.
beautiful thing. Maite, if you out there watching, girl, we love you. You family
Yes.
up in here.
Come on.
Oh, and also we want to send some love out to our girl, Shelby
J.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Shelby
Yes.
J, that's our Gilla Farilla. You know, she is a cancer survivor. We just love you, man, and we're going to be doing things with her, too. So we just got much love for Shell.
No doubt.
And Liv Warfield, all of the girlies, everybody that we work with the NPG family, man, you know we got love for everybody. Cat
Cool.
Dice and all
Cat
of them,
Dice,
Mike Scott, everybody. So
Cool. Man, I am so happy, man, that I got you guys in the studio.
Real, man.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming, man.
I'm telling you, man.
Let
I'm
me tell
telling you, as much as me and Tone talk on the phone every Christmas and New Year's before that ball drop,
Yep.
as a Tone, when you come through. Well, actually, the last time I caught you, I was in Minneapolis. I was
Yes.
out there in Minneapolis.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to catch up. But I am so glad
on.
that you guys got the chance to come
Thank you
in.
for
We got to
having
talk
us.
a bit. Tone Morris,
Thank you for
Come on,
having
baby.
me.
thank y'all so much for coming through.
Bobby. Love.
We gonna make it happen.
Yes, sir.
NPG, New Power Generation, it's Stetsasonic.
It's going down.
It's going down,
Y'all
yo.
What you say,
look
like what?
Y'all going down like prom panties.
Like prom panties.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only legendary New Power Generation.
All right.
We'll be back, y'all.
There we
Check
go.
it!